Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Cowboys ex Dan Quinn addresses what went wrong in playoffs. 3 consecutive 12-5 regular season records and 3 consecutive poor playoff losses for the Dallas Cowboys mean that the team simply can't get over that postseason hump. But, why not? I don't know that, said Dan Quinn this week at the NFL Scouting Combine, and I wish I did. Because part of the reason for going back there last year was to absolutely go for it in the biggest way, Quinn was asked, and is talking about coming up short against the Green Bay Packers in the wild card round of the playoffs, a recent failure in which Dallas conceded 48 points at home. And the going back? That's a reference to Quinn, then Dallas defensive coordinator and now the new boss with the Washington Commanders, turning down job opportunities in previous offseasons to make another title push with the Star. And for that reason, especially? To come up short in that end, no doubt about that, that hurt and that left a mark, DQ said. It leaves a scar. Well, it isn't Quinn's problem now, as that falls on the shoulders of new defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer. With the Cowboys having a talented roster, to the extent that some have Super Bowl hopes, translating regular season success to the postseason looms as job one this offseason. Dallas could go 17-0 in the regular season and no one would bat an eyelid as they want to see what version of America's team comes out when the lights are at their brightest. Quinn didn't know why Dallas kept falling short, and perhaps Mike McCarthy doesn't either. Maybe, having a fresh face in the room such as Zimmer can help shed a light on the team's issues. But yes, it's going to haunt the Cowboys and Quinn for a while. I think as a competitor, you keep getting back in the fight and you find the small edges and the small margins to do that, and I know that they will, he said of the Cowboys moving forward. They've got a really strong and solid locker room. And if you have that part right first, that gives you a real chance to make your mark or to have failure make its mark on you. 5 reasons Rams should sign Tyron Smith. As the 9th overall pick in the 2011 draft, there aren't many active players left from Tyron Smith's class. Those remaining, like former Rams edge rusher Von Miller and Julio Jones, would appear to be nearing the end of their careers. And maybe that will prove to be the case with the 33-year-old Smith too, as the Cowboys are preparing to part ways with him after 13 years in Dallas. Smith can't stay healthy and has missed at least 3 games in each of the last 9 seasons, including virtually all of 2020 and 2022. However, Smith did play most of 2023, and with the Rams still searching for answers at left tackle since Andrew Whitworth's retirement, LA signed Whitworth when he was 36, it is the right time to ask if they should use some of their available cap space on an upgrade. These would be 5 reasons to do so. By most accounts, left tackle A.J. Jackson is a serviceable but not great player at one of the NFL's most important positions. He is also a restricted free agent and there's constant chatter of LA using their first-round pick on a tackle to replace him and start over at the position with a rookie. One of the reasons a team would do that is that starting left tackles are rarely allowed to hit the market, but Smith is in a unique position because Dallas can no longer afford to pay him. Of course his injury history has played a part in that, and if the Rams sign him then keeping Jackson would be a smart move, because of it. Still, left tackles of Smith's ability are rarely available when there is tread left on the tires and players at his position have often proven to be able to play well past 33. Andrew Whitworth played to 41, Jason Peters was in the NFL last season at 41, Trent Williams is the top tackle in the NFL and is 35. Of the few needs on the Rams offense going into the offseason, upgrading Jackson to Smith has the potential to take LA to another level that they couldn't get to without a better left tackle. As the oldest starting quarterback in the NFC, and the oldest in the NFL when Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco aren't starting, Stafford has to be protected. If the Rams do not have Stafford, as we saw in 2022, then nothing else they do even matters. Stafford missed 8 games in 2022 and LA went 2-6. Stafford missed a midseason game in 2023 and Brett Rippon had one of the worst performances by a Rams quarterback in the McVay era. Whether the backup is Carson Wentz, Stetson Bennett, or other, LA has to protect their $40 million per year QB, the real number is $50 million over the next 3 seasons, And left tackle is the most important position when it comes to pass protection. Every step has to be taken to protect Stafford, even at the risk of a 33-year-old left tackle who is all but guaranteed to miss a quarter of the season. Would it be better to have Smith for 13 games plus playoffs and Jackson for 4 games, or Jackson for 17 games? He was once a $16 million AAV offensive tackle. He's now coming off of a season when he only made $6 million but was a second-team All-Pro. Awards must be taken with a grain of salt, but the Rams would not have to pay for the All-Pro Tyron Smith. Is there potentially a world in which Smith takes $7 million to chase a Super Bowl ring with the Rams as they're on the upswing again? It's feasible. Of all the teams that could be contenders next season, and all of those among them who have cap space and a need at left tackle, there aren't likely that many suitors for Tyron Smith's market. Coming off of his unfortunate run of games missed due to injury, Smith should be coming at a discount and be a high reward and relatively low-risk signing. Cowboys named good candidate to sign Seahawks $45 million starter. The Seattle Seahawks have numerous difficult decisions to make this offseason. With an all-new coaching staff, it's difficult to predict which of their 14 pending free agents they will keep. Linebacker Jordyn Brooks is considered the team's second most valuable pending agent, behind Leonard Williams. According to Spotrac.com, Brooks is projected to earn a 4-year, $45 million contract. Seattle's former first-round pick from the 2020 NFL Draft is a pending free agent after the Seahawks declined to pick up his 5th-year option last offseason. Brooks' option would have locked him into a fully guaranteed $12.72 million salary for 2024. Instead, after returning from an ACL tear suffered late in the 2022 season, he played the final year of his rookie contract with a base salary of just under $2.28 million. ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler believes the Seahawks could lose Brooks to the Dallas Cowboys in free agency. Dallas could be in the market for a linebacker after last season's struggles at the position, Fowler wrote on March 3. Jordyn Brooks, a Dallas area native and one of the top free agent linebackers, would be a good fit. Bleacher Report's Zach Bahar agrees. Brooks could be a potential solution at the position moving forward, as he surpassed 110 combined tackles in each of his previous 3 seasons. He also recorded a career-high 4.5 sacks in 2023, with 8 total tackles for loss. Last season, Brooks tallied 111 total tackles, 5 quarterback hits, 4 passes defensed, and 1 interception for a pick-6. The Athletic's Randy Mueller ranks him as the number 5 best linebacker entering free agency. As it stands, the Seahawks have approximately $7.1 million in effective cap space, which means general manager John Schneider has his work cut out. In addition to Brooks, Bobby Wagner and Devin Bush are pending free agents. If all 3 walk, Seattle will not have a single linebacker with starting experience under contract in 2024. When asked if he'd like to re-sign with Seattle after the season ended, of course, Brooks said, per The Athletic's Mike Dugar. "This has been home for me, the start of my career, so I would love to be back." Schneider also seems keen on keeping the Texas Tech alum in Seattle. "Jordyn was a first-round pick, we didn't pick up the option last year. He struggled, tried to fight his ass off with the injuries and everything. But, he and Williams, they are all a priority," Schneider told reporters at the NFL Combine. Dugar predicts Brooks stays in Seattle based on Schneider's history. Re-signing Brooks and pairing him with an inexpensive running mate would appear to be the likeliest path forward, Dugar wrote. Following Pete Carroll's exit, Seattle hired Mike McDonald as their new head coach and Ryan Grubb as offensive coordinator. Leslie Frazier is their new assistant head coach, and they hired Aiden Durd as defensive coordinator. While Schneider may have a propensity for homegrown talent, McDonald may feel differently about Brooks. Ever since McDonald was hired, rumors of Seattle snagging Baltimore Ravens linebacker Patrick Queen have only intensified. When Seattle selected Brooks as their number 27 overall pick, the Ravens drafted Queen at number 28. At the time, McDonald was Baltimore's linebackers coach. However, Queen would cost nearly double as Brooks. Spotrac.com projects his market value to earn the 24-year-old 5-year, $92.6 million deal. SI's Corbin K. Smith suggested Seattle may let Brooks walk due to his missed tackle rate. Last season, Brooks missed 21 tackles, 16% of his opportunities. Throughout his 4 years in Seattle, he never has truly made the jump to elite at his position, Smith surmised. However, after allowing 13 touchdowns throughout his first 3 seasons in Seattle, he allowed 0 last year. Between his age and showcased improvements, Smith believes McDonald will keep Brooks. His youth, production, athleticism, toughness, and competitive juices should make him the top priority to invest in long-term as a centerpiece of McDonald's defense for years to come. And you fan, what do you think of the Jordyn Brooks situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.